Wah! Been working my way up the coast. It looks harmless enough, but I rounded the headland down there, which is the southern part of the island, going across the bottom, and we're into the east wind, the nasty, horrible east wind, and it's blowing about 20 knots. I've been bashing into it for hours, well 2 hours. We're doing about 2.5 knots on high revs. That poor old engine's getting horrible and hot in there. Almost there though. It is just a windy, windy, windy place. And the sea's only about 4 meters deep. Taking a wide berth before I turn in. I don't want to be upwind of those rocks. You've always got to have a get out plan here. Stuff like this, the engine stops suddenly, you're in trouble. Why they built all this holiday stuff on a windy coast, I don't know. So at last, here we are at anchor in a rather windy, prickly bay. I did go up further in the moorings and the anchorage, but it was gusting so much. It was just, there's not a lot of room up there. I thought it a little bit too risky to stay up there. And it's quite swelly in here. Bit roly-poly and certainly quite windy. You can see from Bella over there that she's rolling a bit. It's just uncomfortable to have that happening all the time, and we've got the open sea just next to us, so the weather's coming in. So we're going to move this afternoon. This is actually the south coast of Grenada. We're here in Prickly Bay, and as you see it's quite exposed, and the wind is howling through here. But we're going to go up in here. It's a bit more remote, more rural, away from all the other boats. But to get there, got to be careful and go around all these reefs. But first, breakfast. I've nearly run out of everything on the boat. So it's baked beans, we got some sausages and some mushrooms. I think that's the last can of mushrooms. And we're going to make a breakfast mix. So what is a breakfast mix? I have no idea. All I know is that I'm going to put some beans in here, and the mushrooms, and the sausages, and that's probably a breakfast mix. But what I'm going to do then is stir them up, and we'll actually chop the sausages in half a little bit like that, make it kind of small. This is proper boat food. I'm down to I haven't had anything fresh for about a month now, and everywhere I go, the marinas and places, the anchorage is a bit remote. Okay, look at that. Now that's lovely. Okay, and what I'm going to do is divide it up and put some in a container and save that for next time. And it's a maintenance day this morning. Just been cleaning some spilled oil from under the engine. Garbage, washing, cleaning, all the household chores that you would normally have in a house. I hope you can hear me. I got the small camera out with the wind noise. The big camera's too big to lug around. It's rough, it's windy out here. We're going to hopefully a better anchorage, and they're going to lead the way because they've got more eyes. Hey, I've got to concentrate. You can get an idea how rough it is by what's happening to Bella over there. When I film rough stuff on the video camera, it hardly ever comes out looking rough. You can see by the way the two boats are acting, and you've got a lot of rocks over here. Right, I'm going to come a little bit more to my starboard. I just turned around. I had one of those times where you have a bad feeling. I think the other guys are going to carry on, but they seem to have turned around as well. We'll call each other when we're back in the bay here. Actually surfing into the harbour at the moment, going back from where we started. And there we go. Not much left. Since we couldn't explore the island by sea, we left the boat safely anchored back at Prickly Bay and decided to explore by land. We hired a guy with a van who promised to take us up into the rainforest.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand a word he said most of the time, but he was an interesting character and he was cool. Had his 2 kids with him, and they spent the day mostly asleep in the van as we travelled the country. Before going up into the rainforest, we stopped off at a little shop that sold spices. Even though Grenada grows the stuff, these spices are probably the most expensive spices I've ever seen in my life. What was good, however, was the view. That was amazing, and they had toilets there. I don't like the stick. Hello. Hello. Yeah. I said it before, I'll say it again. This place is so Africa. Everything I'm seeing here is just Africa. It's brilliant. Even the soil is the same colour. Long way down. I don't think it fell out of my shorts. Not this one anyway. Just saying, can't be in Europe. There's no shopping trolleys or old bicycles in the stream. Even in the jungle, they can't. Road works. Apparently, that's where the monkeys live. Swimming under a waterfall is something I've always wanted to do, one of my life dreams. So it was in the water and out I swam. It was the second time I'd done it. The first time the video camera that I had didn't work, so I was already tired as I swam towards the waterfall. There was quite a current, as you can see, but I was determined to get in under the waterfall. It was good until I got right up to the water, and you can see now I'm pretty exhausted, and then all of a sudden the weight of the water on my head pushed me down, and I had trouble breathing. At this point, I was a little bit worried. I needed air, and I couldn't get it. After my excitement in the water, it was time to retrace our steps back through the jungle. I just think I found my house. Buy this, live in Grenada. What a view though. Come out of the front door in the morning and that's the view you've got. I don't know if you can see it, but we've got some poppy plants in there. Opium, in case you don't know. Never's far from us. We couldn't find the McDonald's.
There was no McDonald's.
Oh, okay.
No?
We wouldn't have gone if you
We
told
asked
us.
for it, but
You
no.
would not have find McDonald's. Maybe they'll find a banana.
Ah,
Yes,
Oh, banana, okay.
No McDonald's.
This jungle has all the modern facilities. Later, back in Prickly Bay, I made my first visit to a Caribbean chandlery. I was hoping to buy some spare parts for the boat, but I have to say I was absolutely shocked by the prices. Everything was at least 3 times the price it would be in the States or Europe. And the latest fun and games this morning here in Prickly Bay. I woke up to find these guys coming past, fairly close to me, as you can see. They got a raggedy ass tugboat, and they're pulling that work barge through the anchorage, and I'm on the outside of the anchorage, but they look like they're going to take that through all of these boats in there. Well, best of luck to them. It's a nice view for the people in the posh hotel this morning when they wake up. One thing I did love about Prickly Bay was the cruiser bar. They had all the facilities there, including these tables with special pods that had Wi-Fi and PowerPoints in. I could sit and download and edit movies all day long while having some nice cold melon and a cold beer. Wonderful.
Next time on Adventures of an Old Sea Dog. If you'd like to support the Old Sea Dog, please check out our Patreon page. For real-time updates, find us on Facebook. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe.